What a wild ride we just had with the premiere of Hollow Street Season 3. Seriously, if you haven't seen The Survivor yet, buckle up because this episode is a total emotional roller coaster. I mean, I don't think any of us walked away from it feeling completely intact, right? So, picture this. It's been a whole year since the explosive Season 2 finale, and the town of Hollow Street is still trying to pick up the pieces. Sarah, our main gal, is really feeling the weight of it all. Her husband Mark just vanished after that crazy explosion at the old warehouse. Everyone thought he was gone for good, and now she's been left to navigate life with their daughter Lily all on her own. You can practically feel her struggle as she tries to keep things together for Lily's sake. We catch a glimpse of Sarah trying to find some normalcy. They're having dinner, and it feels like maybe, just maybe, they're starting to heal. But then, out of nowhere, there's a knock at the door. And who's standing there? Mark? Well, sort of. He looks just like him, but there's something off. He's thinner, scarred, and it's clear he's been through a lot. The moment is heart-wrenching. Lily rushes to him, calling out, "Daddy." And you can just feel the love in the air. But then Mark drops the bombshell. He has amnesia. He woke up in a hospital a few weeks ago with no memory of the past year. All he knows is his name and that he needed to get back to his family. At first, it's all hugs and happy tears. The town is buzzing with excitement over the return of their hero. Even the police chief, who's been Sarah's rock throughout this ordeal, seems relieved but also a bit on edge. And honestly, can you blame him? It's a lot to take in. As the days go by, though, things start to feel off. This new Mark doesn't remember their inside jokes or their favorite restaurant. He even messes up the name of their cat. It's like he's a stranger in his own skin. Sarah tries to convince herself it's just the amnesia, but you can see the doubt creeping into her eyes. Then comes the first major red flag. Mark attempts to access his old work files at the tech company he co-founded, but his login fails. He tries again, but it's still a no-go. He brushes it off, saying it must be due to security updates after his death. But then he heads to the bank to check their joint account, and things get even more intense. The teller asks for a fingerprint scan, and when he places his thumb on the scanner, the screen flashes red. Access denied, biometric mismatch. This is where the tension really ramps up. Mark is confused and frustrated, but Sarah is starting to panic. She's been through so much already, and now she's living with a man who looks like her husband, but is acting like a complete stranger. She pulls some strings with the police chief to run an unofficial fingerprint comparison. They take a new scan and compare it to Mark's prints on file. The result? Not even close. So if this guy isn't Mark, who the heck is he? How does he look exactly like her husband? How does he know so many intimate details about their lives, even with the supposed amnesia? It's terrifying. Sarah is stuck in this nightmare, living with a stranger who has her daughter calling him Daddy. Meanwhile, we get these quick, disorienting flashbacks from this new Mark's perspective. They're jarring and feel more like a glitch in the Matrix than actual memories. We see a sterile lab with wires, monitors, and a mysterious figure in a lab coat. There's a voice repeating a string of numbers, and it raises the hair on the back of my neck. Is he a clone? An advanced android? Hollow Street has always had its fair share of weird science, but this is next-level creepy. The episode ends with Sarah watching this man sleep, and you can see the conflict on her face. He looks just like the man she loved and lost, but something is fundamentally wrong. In a moment of sheer terror and determination, she sneaks out of bed, heads to a locked safe, and pulls out a gun. It's a chilling moment that leaves us all on the edge of our seats. She's ready to protect her daughter, but she has no idea what she's up against. And then, bam! We cut to a dark underground facility where a figure is watching a wall of monitors, each one showing a live feed from Sarah and Mark's house. The camera zooms in on one monitor, showing Sarah with the gun, and the figure turns slightly. It's the CEO of that rival tech company Mark was investigating before he disappeared. And he smirks as he says, "Phase 2 can now begin." What? My mind is completely blown. Is the real Mark still out there? Is this new Mark some kind of weapon sent to infiltrate his family? What on earth is Phase 2? This season kicked off with one of the most compelling mysteries I've ever seen on this show. The implications are huge, not just for Sarah and Lily, but for the entire town of Hollow Street. It feels like whatever conspiracy Mark was uncovering is now sitting right at his dinner table. I can't help but spiral into theories. Maybe the explosion didn't kill Mark, but allowed him to be captured and cloned. Maybe this new Mark is programmed with the original's memories, but something went wrong, which is why there are gaps and inconsistencies. And poor Lily. She's so attached to this new version of her dad, and the potential for heartbreak there is just massive. This episode was a masterclass in setting up a season. It reestablishes the characters, introduces a central high-stakes mystery, and ends on a cliffhanger that has me itching for the next episode. The acting was phenomenal, especially from the actress playing Sarah. You could feel every ounce of her confusion, fear, and desperate hope. Let's break it down a bit more, shall we? The emotional stakes are sky high right from the get-go. Sarah's journey is a heartbreaking one. She's not just dealing with the loss of her husband. She's also trying to be the best mom she can be for Lily. It's like she's carrying this enormous weight on her shoulders, and you can see it in every scene. The dinner scene is a perfect example of this. It's a small moment, but it speaks volumes. You can feel the tension, the hope, and the fear all rolled into one. It's so relatable. Who hasn't tried to hold it together for the sake of their kids? Then there's Mark's return. It's such a powerful moment, but it's also incredibly unsettling. He looks like the man Sarah loves, but he's not quite right. The way the show builds this tension is just brilliant. You can see Sarah's initial joy slowly morphing into confusion and doubt. It's a roller coaster of emotions that keeps you glued to the screen. And let's talk about the mystery surrounding Mark's amnesia. It's not just a plot device. It raises so many questions. What really happened to him? How did he lose his memory? The fact that he can't remember his life but knows his name is so eerie. It makes you wonder if he's truly Mark or if he's something else entirely. The flashbacks from his perspective add to this intrigue. They're disorienting and leave you questioning everything. The tension ramps up even more when Mark tries to access his old work files and gets locked out. That's a huge red flag. You can almost feel Sarah's heart drop as she realizes something is seriously wrong. The biometric mismatch at the bank is another nail-biter moment. It's like the show is throwing all these clues at us and you can't help but piece them together. Sarah's decision to run an unofficial fingerprint comparison is a turning point. It shows just how desperate she's becoming. She's willing to go to great lengths to find out the truth, and you can't help but root for her. But when the results come back and they don't match, it's like the floor drops out from under her. Who's this man? It's a chilling realization that leaves us all on edge. The flashbacks of the lab and the mysterious figure in the lab coat are so unsettling. They hint at a much larger conspiracy at play. It raises the stakes even higher and leaves us questioning everything we thought we knew. Is Mark a victim of some kind of experiment? Are there more like him out there? The possibilities are endless, and it's absolutely thrilling. The episode wraps up with Sarah's chilling decision to pull out a gun. It's such a powerful moment. You can see the fear in her eyes, but there's also a fierce determination. She's ready to protect her daughter at all costs, and that's something any parent can relate to. It's a heart-stopping moment that leaves us all wondering what will happen next. And then we get that jaw-dropping reveal of the CEO watching them. It's such a brilliant twist. It ties everything together and sets the stage for the rest of the season. The implications are massive, and it leaves us with so many questions. What is Phase 2? What does it mean for Sarah and Lily? I can't wait to see how this unfolds. The theories are swirling in my mind, and I'm dying to hear what you all think. Do you believe this is a clone, an imposter, or something else?